You will hear a zoology student giving a presentation on cheetahs to fellow students. First, you have some time to look at questions 31 to 33. Now listen carefully and answer the questions 31 to 33.
Good afternoon. Today I'm going to talk about recent research on one of the most interesting members of the big cat family, the cheetah. But I'll start my presentation with some basic background information. The cheetah lives and hunts in open savanna or grassland, using the tall grass as camouflage while it stalks its prey, which is mainly gazelle and other species of antelope. Unfortunately, cheetah populations are currently in decline. In the past, pressure came from hunting when the cheetah was prized for its fur. Nowadays, its decline is mainly due to the destruction of habitat and other forms of environmental change. In 1900, there were in excess of 100,000 animals, ranging from South Africa to India. Today, only an estimated 9,000 to 12,000 cheetahs remain in the wild in East, Central and Southwest Africa, and just 200 in Iran. However, the cheetah remains a fearsome presence, and numerous adaptations make it an extremely successful predator. For example, it has striking black tear marks either side of its nose, which reduce the amount of sunlight shining into its eyes, aiding long-distance vision. It also has very long legs and a slender body, which is built for speed. Furthermore, having big nostrils and an enlarged heart, as well as big lungs, improves its ability to take in and circulate oxygen, all of which helps to generate the required bursts of speed.
Before you hear the rest of the talk, you have some time to look at questions 34 to 40. Now listen carefully and answer the questions 34 to 40.
I'm turning now to a brief summary of recent research on cheetahs by a group of veterinary specialists. These scientists realised that previous research had focused on hunting during the daytime and on chases in a straight line. This meant that it had failed to capture the full dynamic range of the cheetah's movement. The scientists wanted to track individual animals in the wild over long periods of time, so they designed a collar which could be fitted comfortably round the necks of wild cheetahs. These didn't need to be replaced at regular intervals because they were designed to run using a combination of solar power and more conventional batteries. It was also important that the animals could be monitored over long distances in the African bush, so the collars were designed to be controlled from an aircraft which would fly closely overhead. The findings confirmed those of previous research, but they also gave a much more detailed picture of wild cheetah behaviour. It's well known that the cheetah is the world's fastest land animal, but the research found that more important than sheer speed for success in hunting is acceleration and agility. Its claws have evolved to be semi-retractable, which help it turn quickly, This is necessary because during the hunt, antelopes and other prey take evasive action with frequent shifts in direction, and the cheetah needs to follow. Another adaptation is the cheetah's tail, which acts rather like the rudder on a boat. It helps it steer whilst chasing its prey. The research also showed that this kind of agility requires tremendous muscle power. The scientists made a comparison with Olympic sprinters and found that cheetah leg muscles are stronger than those of the quickest human by a factor of 4. They also made some interesting discoveries about differences between males and females. Male cheetahs are more sociable, living in sibling groups, whereas females tend to be isolated. I'd be happy to answer any more.
That is the end of section 4. You now have half a minute to check your answers. That is the end of the listening test. In the IELTS test, you would now have 10 minutes to transfer your answers to the listening answer sheet.